In the previous video, we've learned that we can insert chromatic chords into our diatonic chord progression. We also have learned that we can borrow those chords from parallel minor or major scale, depending on our starting point. Other chromatic chords that we can use are secondary dominants. And I will explain everything how to find them and build in a second, but let's first listen to this example. Okay, so there are two choices for you. The one is here is the secondary dominant or here. So I'll tell you that the secondary dominant is here. And here we use the borrowed chord. Exactly, it sounds like this. So the original chord looks like this. So the original chord was F major. We borrowed the F minor from parallel minor key. And the next thing that happens here is the suspended sixth. So instead of fifth here, we use the sixth here. Okay, so as we revise the borrowed chords, let's go to the secondary dominants. So when making a secondary dominance, we need a target. Mostly the target is the next chord. So for example, let's get rid of this. And now let's build a secondary dominant to this chord, because this is our target. So in order to build a secondary dominant, we need to start building a chord from the fifth note of the chord of our target, as we had here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we build a chord from the fifth note. So this is our C. So we pretty much build the same chord that we have as the previous one. But that's not always the case. So let's make it a dominant 7. It will be called G7 because we have third here, major third, minor third, and minor third. And the thing that we did here is just to take this seventh an octave down and duplicate it in voicing. And this is what we came up with. Alright, so as you can hear, the secondary dominance really leads us to the next chord. And that's really common trick used in classical music, but we also, as well as borrowed chords, will find it in pop songs. For example, this one is from Ariana Grande, My Everything. In order for you to remember everything, let's quickly build a new chord progression. For example, 1, 4, 5, 1. Now let's build the chords. Let's put it an octave down. Here, copy the root note. And build the fifth here and the third here. We cannot see any black notes, so we are in key. Let's hear it. Okay, so let's say we want to make a secondary dominant to the dominant of our chord, which is G here. So let's make space for it. Maybe here. Let's build a secondary dominant, counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we start in D, and we will need to buy a dominant chord. And dominant chords are always the major ones. So we build a major third here. And let's add a seventh. You can play with it and actually make secondary dominant to every chord you have, except the tonic chord, because secondary dominant to tonic is already the dominant chord. Do you remember this example? Let's make a secondary dominant to this chord. So let's get rid of this chord here, make space for it, maybe here, and let's count from the root note 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we start in E, make a dominant chord, which will be major third, so and add a seventh, add voicing of the root note, an octave down. So let's hear it now. As you can see, the secondary dominants can really improve the perception of your track.